So far this week, as part of your 5-day superpowered self challenge, I've asked you to think about what it might feel like if you did, in fact, have superpowers. What would your powers be and why? What your superhero persona might look or feel like, and then what your kryptonite or your energy weaknesses might be, how they might show up, and how you might recharge when those energy depleters start to creep in. Now, all of that was to help to start to get you in the mindset of being a superhero and having superpowers. Well, I'm here to tell you today for day 3, you are a real life superhero. What we're going to do is we're going to explore how you can use your real life superpowers in purposeful, productive, and collaborative ways. So that way you can show up as a hero, both for yourself, as well as for the various teams that you're a part of in your life and work. So when we have these superhero powers, it's learning how to build a deeper understanding of what can power you up, what can stress you out, how others' powers can bring out the best in you, and you in them. What we're going to do today is discover ways that you can harness these powers and those of others to achieve maximum super squad outcomes. These powers, when paired up, can make you unstoppable. Just like the superheroes we know, while they were powerful on their own, they became stronger with the help of their team. For example, for Harry, he would have been a goner without Ron, Hermione, and the Order of the Phoenix. For Luke, while he was the last Jedi, he had Han, Leia, and the entire rebel forces to help him topple the Empire. And though Captain Marvel does tend to prefer to, pardon the pun, fly solo, it's when she teams up with the Avengers that worlds are saved. And so today I'm going to show you how you can get into your element and how you can leverage the elements of others in your life to, again, be that hero that you want to be for yourself and others. See, in nature, all things rely on several different interdependent elements to survive and grow. You need water to hydrate, trees and roots to expand and to create shelter. You need fire to forge and generate warmth and light. You need soil to nourish the earth and to support growth. And you need metal to circulate and cultivate. In ancient Chinese philosophy, this is represented by the 5 elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. All 5 elements interact with each other, and depending on the combination, they can support or suppress. For example, wood fuels fire, rather. Fire forms earth. Earth nurtures metal. Metal carries water. Water feeds wood. Yet also, fire melts metal. Metal cuts wood. Wood penetrates earth. Earth absorbs water. And water extinguishes fire. See, it's through both this enhancement and restriction that balance and harmony can be created in our ecosystem. Sometimes we need wood to fuel fire, but if that fire gets out of hand, water's necessary to keep it from burning down an entire forest. Yet too much water can soak the wood and the earth to the point that no new growth can occur. Just like in the forest, in human nature, we embody these same elements, and they show up as physical and emotional strengths and stressors. And we need the elements of others to help each of us find balance. We all possess all five elements, but there are one or two that are more dominant. And these dominant elements can influence how and who you react with, who you find commonality and alignment with, and who might challenge you in small and big ways. It's through understanding both your strengths and your weaknesses, as well as those of others around you, that you're able to gain clarity in what people do and why they do it. And it can help you have a little bit more compassion that, especially when stressed, each of us has our own limitations, even when we're trying our best. Rather than letting certain people sap your energy, you'll be able to tap into one another's powers to bring out the best in each of you. So let's take a few moments to explore each of these elemental styles to help you get a little bit more familiar and start thinking about which ones you might possess and how each one can make you a real-life superhero for yourself and for your team. So we first start with water. That's the first element in our cycle. When you think of water, usually the things that come to mind are calm, fluidity, floating, deep. A water can literally dive deep into life, filling up on everything and everyone they encounter. Waters are incredible listeners, but they go at their own pace, taking everything in. They'll stop to interact with whatever or whoever crosses their path. Waters embrace a sense of playfulness, and they possess unique imagination because they're taking the time to explore any and all possibilities. However, since waters can tend to go deep when they're stressed or their energy tank is depleted, they can sometimes feel as though they are all alone, isolated from the world. It's as if you were sitting at the bottom of a pool looking up. Everything can appear and sound a little distorted, unclear, or fuzzy. If you've ever uttered the phrase, "I can't even right now," you may be a water. Waters can feel overwhelmed or often get too caught up in their own thoughts or feelings. A wood's mantra might be, "If I'm playing, I am playing to win." Woods are fearless, determined doers. Like the roots of a tree, they will push through any obstacle or obstruction. Woods are change makers who can visualize the big picture and design solutions. And they can take the ideas from a water and set a plan into action. However, a wood is not easy to move. Once a decision or a judgment has been made, it can be hard for a wood to change their mind, though they will definitely welcome the debate with vigor and enthusiasm. Woods are independent, they're bold, strong, and unapologetic. Woods have a tendency to not sugarcoat feedback, which can often get them in a little bit of trouble, but they're there just to get to the point. They don't play games. What you see and hear is what you get with a wood. For both waters and woods, having a fire on your team can have tremendous benefits when your superpowers become a little too strong. A fire will show you that life isn't all about deep thoughts or goal achievement, that it requires moments of fun, celebration, and joy. Fires are optimistic, they're energetic, and they love to celebrate with others. If life's a party, they're the ones throwing it or on the stage singing karaoke. A fire's primary desire is to have fun and to laugh. They seek excitement and new experiences with others by their side. They help shake other elements out of states of stubbornness or boredom or worry. They can be very committed and loyal to whatever or whoever they're with, but with all of those internal embers going all the time for a fire, they can often appear flighty or non-committal since they're constantly seeking pleasure and joy, moving from one thing to the next. Fires can also struggle with staying focused, bouncing around with thoughts or ideas, and it can be difficult for the other elements to keep up. Staying grounded and in harmony with the world is essential to an earth. They thrive in cooperative teams and environments. Conversation and connection are two vital needs for an Earth. Earths are extremely generous, tender, and caring, and understanding and thoughtful. Earths are often focused on helping others complete whatever it is they might need, their projects, their goals, sometimes, though, at the expense of or neglecting their own endeavors. Earths can be dedicated workers who contribute when and where they're needed, though they're not workaholics like woods. The goal of an Earth is to be dependable so that you can relax and not be stressed about the work getting done. However, in their desire to please others and to be accepted, Earths may not always say what they're really thinking, and instead only what they think other people want to hear. They may not necessarily speak up or want to rock the boat. To a metal, detail, structure, and a desire to learn, see, and do more are at the heart of what drives them. They seek one-on-one connections with like-minded individuals and a higher level of understanding and being. They often have extremely high standards for themselves and others, but they like clarity, decisions, precision, and closure. Metals do not like having things left inconclusive or open-ended. Metals rarely get flustered or have their feathers ruffled, which can sometimes make them appear a little cool or distant or apathetic. Metals ultimately seek order, perfection, and purity. For a metal, change is something that they embrace because it symbolizes growth, evolution, and progression. Metals can be extremely kind, thoughtful, and generous, but just in their own way. They don't seek to be liked. They are here to make you better. So to sum up the 5 elements in a simple visual, I'm borrowing an example from Dondi Dallin, the author of The 5 Elements. Let's take the Nike phrase, just do it. To a water, they'd say, let's have dinner while we talk about doing it. A wood might say, it's done. I did it yesterday. A fire would say, woohoo, everyone is doing it. An earth would ask, can we do it together? And a metal might utter, it's not about doing, it's about being. So that's your introduction to the 5 Chinese elements. What I'd like you to do for day 3 of your challenge is to start thinking about what your top 1 or 2 dominant elements may be first, and then go and take the elemental assessment to determine which ones are in fact your top 2 heroic powers. It's through understanding and then starting to embrace your own real life superpowers that you'll begin to forge new ways of working with others and helping to keep yourself charged up and re-energized when stress starts to creep in. So for day 3, think about what your elemental style may be, and then go ahead and take the assessment that I've included below and post in the comments what your top 1 or 2 elemental styles were and whether or not you agree with what the results say. And then start to think about how those elemental powers show up in your life. Which powers are your most dominant? And which stressors, those kryptonites like we talked about yesterday, start to creep up, and how you might be able to re-energize now that you have a deeper understanding of how you function and how you operate in this human nature ecosystem. So have fun with this. I look forward to seeing your results, and we will meet back again tomorrow for day 4 of our 5-day Superpowered Self Challenge. Until then, thanks for joining me here on the Painted Porch, and I'll see you tomorrow.